Jonathan DeLuna,
Chris DeLuna,
and we're the DeLuna Pros.
for Cigar Press.
Oh yeah, definitely have something special in store for you guys. First of all, yeah, it's been a little bit, maybe about a year since we did our last video. A lot of stuff has happened since then though, but we're glad to be back. Definitely want to bring to you a cigar that we actually just discovered through a local little shop here. It's called El Regalo. Chris, what's your thoughts about El Regalo?
It's a great place for the Rio Grande Valley if you live around Edinburgh, McAllen, Texas. For those of you out of state, probably know McAllen the best, but that's where it resides. And the guy there is very knowledgeable. He has great cigars.
Oh yeah.
And we picked up a new line from La Flor that we're going to be reviewing today.
Right, specifically, it'll be the small batch number 6. As far as what it features is as far as the wrapper goes, it's a Dominican Pelo de Oro. The binder's Dominican, the filler's Dominican, and as far as the country of origin, guess what it is? Dominican Republic. The only problem is they're about $21 a piece, so we're kind of bummed out a little bit when we saw the price tag.
Yeah.
And now, of course, we don't have any cigars to smoke.
What do you mean we don't have nothing to smoke?
What? My hands are empty. Like we don't have to.
Do now.
What the hell? Ah, okay. Well, as we said, guys, the small batch number 6. So I can get you a little close up. This little bit of cigar porn. Boom, chakalaka. See that right there? And real nice and evenly packed. A little bit of veinage. I mean, not too bad. Overall, very good construction. And I'll be honest, this is going to be a first for me. It's your first time with this one?
First time too, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, so this one, of course, we're going to de-virginize it. And I mean, of course, us to it. So we're going to go ahead and cut this.
Circumcision time.
Yep. And we'll get started with the review.
Mazel tov.
Alrighty. If only the wind would let us light this son of a bitch. Behind one of these son of a bitch pillars over here. Got that. Alright, well, we finally got it lit. Took about 10 minutes, I'm sorry. But it is a little windy today, so just bear with us. Damn. Well, right off the bat, it's definitely a little peppery. The draw is actually not too bad. It's not too light, and it's also not too tight. It's pretty good. It's very even. Hint of definitely a lot of earth, a lot of picking up a lot of wood, a lot of oaky cedar taste. What about you?
To me, I feel it's very smooth. It's not too peppery.
It's pretty good.
Has a nice feel. It hasn't even burned so far. If it keeps up the same flavor, I'm gonna enjoy it all the way to the label and maybe even past it.
I have to concur. As far as the smoke, it's very, I have to say it's a little thicker than I'm used to, but it's not bad. It's actually really good.
That's what she said.
We'll go ahead and get through the first third of the cigar, and when we come back in a few minutes, we'll let you know what we think. Back, and we're about finished with the first third of the cigar, getting into the second third. And as we've been talking between takes, the flavor has really not changed. It's been consistent. That's the best word I can use right now, is consistency.
Oh yes, and as usual, always having a nice ash chubs going on.
Even on a windy day, I don't know how he does it. It's just there.
It ain't Viagra.
Cigarette. But overall, the flavor's the same as we mentioned earlier. You have a little bit of that oaky cedar taste. You still have the pepper. The pepper has not lost its zing whatsoever. And one thing I did forget to point out in the first third is there's really no oil slick. Like usually with La Flor, there tends to be just a little bit of film that develops on the palate. This one really doesn't have it. It's just been consistently good. The draw, no difference in the draw, right? Really,
It's pretty smooth.
yeah. Draw.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, I haven't run into any knots, of course. The draws stayed the same, right in the middle. Not too loose, not too tight. Just good. I really have no complaints or anything to add. It's just been smooth sailing since we started.
But like I said earlier, I was hoping that the flavor would stay consistent, and it has. On most cigars, they tend to change as you go third by third, but I'm hoping this one continues to have the same nice full flavor all the way down to the stump.
Yep.
Just see where we go from here. Let me see if I can keep this ash going.
Yeah. One thing I guess I wanted to point out as well is as far as the burn line. I mean, I'll be honest, it hasn't been razor sharp. We've had to do a little bit of touch-ups here and there, but it hasn't affected the performance whatsoever. It's been very, very good. We still have very good flow. I'm amazed so far. The El Regalo's owner, the guy that really pushed the cigar on me, he steered me right. I'd be honest. This one so far, I'll be honest, is the best one that we've tried from the La Flor Dominicana line. Really, very consistent. It's medium to full bodied, I want to say. Probably more towards the full side. So of course, if you're just starting out smoking, be careful with this one. If you need, have a little glass of whiskey. I know we do. There you go. And just keep it chill. Make sure you're sitting when you're smoking this one. It's definitely starting to pick up a little steam on the strength, so definitely wanted to point that out.
So be sure, either new or a veteran cigar smoker, to take your time, whether you're doing a review or just enjoying it, because they have hit me in the past. If you go back to our chapter 2 review, it really took me down. But we were smoking through, wanted to get the review in. It was hot that day, so we didn't want to be outside for too long, but in doing so, it really put me down and got me all sweaty and shaky. So be sure, whether it's strong or weak, enjoy it as a cigar should. It's not like a cigarette where you just smoke it through, toss it out.
Yep.
These are to be enjoyed, like a nice glass of whiskey.
There you go. We're just getting into the second third of the cigar. We'll be back once we enter the final third, and we'll let you know, of course, if the consistency has kept up, or even if the strength, the potency has picked up some. But so far, it's going good.
All right, we're back with the going through the second third of the cigar, and it's had so far an even burn. The wind hasn't been nice, so we lost the ash chug.
Yeah, it's been a little weird since we have so much wind, but it's okay. Now we're getting into the last third of the cigar, getting close to the little thin label here. But again, I really don't have any complaints about the cigar. If anything, it's remained consistent throughout the entirety of this whole review. You still have that cedar oaky taste, the earth, the smoke. Of course, it still tastes very, very good. A little thicker again, but again has not died down whatsoever. Not a razor sharp burn. Still had to treat it a little bit, but of course the wind could be a factor. That's always a factor. But overall, I'm very, very, very happy with the way this tastes. I mean, I have no complaints whatsoever.
And the binding has kept up. Usually some of these start peeling after a while, but it's been good. We'll see how it goes on the last third. Once we pass the label, our mark is probably going to be about right here, a little bit into the second label that we have here.
Yeah, so specifically, we're probably going to be calling it quits about right there after we have to take off this little label, but
I've been very happy. I haven't been getting a very ashy taste as you do. As you get closer, of course, to the labels or to the butt of the cigar, you tend to get a very ashy, just overwhelmingly disgusting taste, but I haven't tasted it with this one. It hasn't happened.
And if that ever happens, you can always enjoy it. Mott's 100% real deal apple juice.
not your grandmama's peach tea, let me tell you that. So exactly. So we'll go ahead and finish up the last third of the cigar. We're already about a little over an hour and a half in. Surprisingly a long smoke.
Oh yeah.
I guess maybe the one little difference is it's tending to burn a little slower through the second third. Of course, that could be the wind, it could be anything, but it really hasn't altered the flavor whatsoever. It's going to have their certain tastes, to each his own. But overall, in this particular case with this cigar, the small batch number 6, it's definitely living up to its name and the hype. So we're going to continue through this last third. I'm going to come back in a few minutes, give or take maybe 20. We'll let you know what we think of as the final overall feel of how the cigar compares to the rest of the Flor line that we've already smoked. So we'll be back. Alright guys, we're back for the final third of the cigar. We're pretty much at the finale, getting towards the label, which I'm going to go ahead and take off. It's been about close to 2 hours that we've been smoking the cigar, so surprisingly, it's lasted this long considering the amount of wind there's been. But one thing I will say is that it's definitely picked up steam. The taste still tastes very good. If anything, I've gotten maybe a little bit more of an oak cedar taste when I puffed it out. Still the same output as far as the oil slick or anything like that. Nothing whatsoever. The pepper's faded just a tad, you know, it's just a little bit. But overall, that oak, the earth, cedar taste, it's all still there. I haven't picked up any notes of coffee, cocoa, nothing like that. What are you thinking?
Yes, the flavor has been consistent, and I'm hoping we don't get that fire point when we get closer to the label. Sometimes you have to stop a cigar because it just gets too hot in your mouth.
Yeah.
But so far, flavor-wise, it has been consistent all the way through. And had to dial back, of course, because the strength has increased afterwards as well.
So overall, if I had to rate this cigar as far as which one is the best out of the Flor line so far, I definitely want to say that this is definitely, again, it's going to be a medium to full body, right along the lines of the double liquero. You're definitely going to either need to eat before you have this smoked, or you have a glass of whiskey like we did, or else you're going to be asking for trouble. But no complaints. It definitely lived up to its name. Of course, little touch-ups here and there, but again, the wind could be a factor. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied. What do you think we should rate this?
Overall, I would say it's a good 9.5. I mean, for the most part, yes, you don't want to get a head high. You don't want to feel excessive and messed up.
Right.
But as far as an enjoyable smoke to kick it back and enjoy, you could even eat food during the cigar and relight, or just sit outside and enjoy your food, have the cigar. I think that would level it out and give it a 10 out of 10, I would say.
I think so. It'd definitely probably be best with food, I have to say. As far as the flavoring that I'm getting, anything along the lines of sirloin steak, fajitas, anything along those lines, you're asking for a very, very good outcome. Very, very smooth smoke. But of course, like as always, you know, it's just our opinion. So if you have a different one when you smoke it, that's going to be totally understandable, to each his own. But definitely looking forward to the next La Flor Dominicana that we do smoke. And we'll of course be back here letting you know that what we think. And of course, as always, I'm Jonathan DeLuna.
I'm Chris DeLuna.
And we're the DeLuna Bros.
For Cigar Press Review.
We'll catch you next time with another new smoke. Definitely going to try to bring something a little bit lighter, because I think we've definitely got our fill for heavy.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely need to try something else. Looking forward to it. Next time, guys, we'll see you.